What do you think about how America has managed the stress of this crisis, just in general, from lines at liquor stores, grocery stores, the spikes in cannabis sales, panic buying, bulk buying? Where do you sit on all of this? Did you do any of the panic toilet paper buying? I know I certainly did.
We did it, we've always, because we have kids and my wife is a first generation Eastern European, I think we just always had a lot of stuff in our house to begin with. We have our dry goods section in the basement and everything like that. I mean, it's just what it is. And that's fine.
You're prepared.
But we definitely we've upped it a little bit more. Yeah, we definitely have a little bit more toilet paper and paper towels on hand maybe than we typically do, but nothing obscene. I don't know. Like, a lot of me is really disappointed to see not only just the people panic shopping, which is, stupidity, I think, at some points, but then the hoarding, which is just disgusting. Just to see, that's the really sad part about the disappointing part about this, is to see people who see the ability to make a buck off of other people's misery and off of a tragedy. And without getting political, you can see where that attitude comes from, right? And then I think it just really shows an underbelly of how disjointed we are as a country right now. Some of us aren't scared at all. Some of us are still going to church. Some of us are still going to the beach. Some of us are still going out and trying to live our life. And it's like, which is really frustrating because we're doing a really good job in Colorado. So what happens with the states that aren't doing this? We open up the country and then they just come and infect everyone. Are we going to say, okay, Colorado's open for business, but you know what? The airport's shut down. You're not allowed to drive into our state. I mean, what are we going to have to do?
Obviously, the answer is to build a wall.
Oh, yeah. Well, that might be it. Okay, yeah.
A lot of the people you work with are probably people in my age group, millennials, 21, 35-year-old folk. How are you seeing us cope with this huge, slow-moving natural disaster, this pandemic, compared to things that you might have experienced in the early 2000s, for example?
Yeah, that's a really good question because, I'm not that much older. I'm in my 40s, but, I remember 9/11. I've been through two really big downturns in the economy. I've been through two wars in the Middle East. So this isn't like it's nothing to me. Obviously, this is terrifying. And this is...
As a teenager, a lot of us weren't super cognizant of exactly how serious things were. But I think a lot of us, for the first time, are aware of how bad the thing is. Just speaking of my coworkers, which you're right, the vast majority of them are in that age group, they're doing great. We do a lot to try and keep everyone's spirits up, but it's not like people need a big pick-me-up, it doesn't seem. We do a lot of web conferencing that used to be more for business. It's more for just mental health. How's everyone doing? Let's all make fun of each other. Let's make sure we all look well on it. Corporate culture
to do so. We've got, I haven't joined it yet. I'm not going to pretend I have, but like every morning at 8:00, there's a yoga that people are doing. I've always held stand-up for the sales and marketing team, which is just all of us to get together for 5 minutes to collaborate.
That's expanded. Amazing.
And that's expanded to like a 15-minute of all of us just like, here's my dog, here's my cat. Dude, your mustache looks terrible. Keep growing it out, please.
So you guys roast each other?
Oh, all the time. God, yeah.
The Flowhub roast of your CEO. That would be funny.
It happens constantly. We are always, no one's off limits. Absolutely no one. You got to have a sense of humor or else, it just makes life much harder if you don't,